Good evening and welcome to the YouTube channel, How to Get an 800 Credit Score. My name is Lyndon Baptiste and welcome, and thank you for joining today too also as well. If you're new to this channel and you haven't already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's a big red subscribe here button. And when you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification and make sure that you select all notifications. That way you will never miss any videos as we make them here on this channel too also as well. Hit the thumbs up button or the like button. It definitely helps the channel tremendously. And also share this video everywhere, all over Facebook and all of your social media networks with your friends and your families too, also as well, because it helps us to spread the message as much as possible to the masses. And like our Facebook page, How to Get an 800 Credit Score, is named after this channel too, also, because we also tend to share all of the videos that we make on this channel inside of our Facebook page. So if you happen to miss any of these videos or live streams, you can definitely catch them on our Facebook page, How to Get an 800 Credit Score. And we also ask that everyone join our Facebook credit group. It's called How to Get Excellent Credit. On there, you can definitely share your credit building experiences and your victories, credit increase victories too, also as well. We've had a lot of them with some of the people that we've been working with too, also as well. Subscribers to this channel who have gotten their credit scores increased, and we have also celebrated those victories too, also as well. And we're still working with many of them also to increase their credit scores even further. And join me on my journey to excellent credit too, also as well. If you watched the last live stream, it was a short live stream. I call it short. It was only 1 hour and 8 minutes, but normally we do long live streams here on this channel. My credit score, woke up to some good news the other day. My Experian credit score went up to 746. Transunion 734, Equifax 722. Actually, my credit score went up again today. Got some more good news, but I did not make a topic about that because it was only 3 points. It went up to 737 from 734. So I'm getting closer to that excellent credit category. Only a few points away now, and getting closer every day. So, I guess congratulations to me. And I'm so excited about that too, also as well. Um, I know we named this channel How to Get an 800 Credit Score, but uh, getting an 800 credit score is not a priority for me. But I feel like if I aim for an 800 credit score, then I will get very close to it. And by chance, if I do surpass an 800 credit score, then more kudos to me, right? Right now we have 6 people. No, right now we have 8 people right now, currently here in this live stream. Welcome to all of you who are with us here in the live stream. Thank you so much for joining too, also as well. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to Coin Alley. Coin Alley, thank you so much for the applause emoji. Really appreciate that, brother. And we definitely got a lot to talk about for sure. A lot of business to do together, brother. I really appreciate you. And by the way, guys, the Coin Alley has his own YouTube channel, and he talks about finance, and he does and talk about Bitcoin and other investments too, also as well. So, guys, go ahead and click on his name to subscribe to his YouTube channel. His name inside of this live chat, and when you click on his name, click on Go to Channel. And when you get to his channel, click on subscribe and hit the bell notification also as well, so you won't miss any of the great content that he has to offer there on his channel. Also, I wanted to mention that the links to contact me can be found in the bottom of the About section of this channel too, also as well. And we just started our own Patreon membership. too also as well, where you can enjoy all the benefits of help with credit repair and having a credit coach with you side by side every step of the way, increasing your credit scores and teaching you valuable techniques to do so too also as well. The same techniques that I use to increase my credit score also as well. But a lot of these techniques have been tweaked by me to correct a lot of the mistakes that I have made along the way while I increased my credit scores also as well. And everyone, please give a warm welcome to Janelle Leone. Really, she is a true blessing to this channel. I really appreciate her in the live chat. She definitely adds a lot of value to it. She helps to answer questions. She recognizes comments, and she's a huge value to this live chat too, also as well. So everyone, please give a warm welcome to Janelle Leone. Also, everyone, please give a warm welcome to James Worley. James Worley, thank you so much for joining us once again, buddy. I really appreciate you, and welcome back, sir. James says, I'm trying here. I have cards, accounts, self-lender, finger hut, nothing late, and struggling to get my score to rise. Okay, James, we will definitely, I can definitely work with you. Not a problem. Let me know. If you want a one-on-one sessions with me, definitely let me know. We can definitely go into full detail on the one-on-one sessions. Fully analyze your credit and what's been going on, what's been happening with it, and what we can do to increase that credit score, get that up. Okay. Also, Coin Alley says James. James. Oh, okay. You're talking to James. Okay. Good to see all this interaction going on here in the live chat. It really helps the channel out a lot too, also as well. Um, okay, so James says I use each card for small purchases and make multiple payments per month. No collections. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Janelle says, "Wow, that's just weird." Yeah, that is kind of weird. I definitely would have to look over everything, your credit profile, just so I can know exactly what's going on. You know, maybe something transpired in the last month. It could be anything, James. It could be a new account that you open, or it could be a hard inquiry. Um, it could be a collection that you don't know of. It could be I'm not sure if it could be a public record or not. It could be so many things. Utilization went up. Um, Various number of things that can be reasons why your credit score has not moved. It could be a late payment on there from a long time ago that you might have forgotten about, maybe 6 years old or 6.5 years old. Who knows? But there's various factors to take into consideration as to why your credit score may not have gone up. Okay, James Worley says, yeah, I have a few new accounts. I've been active in building, and he says there are no late payments. Okay, well, that could be the reason, or it could be part of the reason. Maybe there could be another reason, James, but that can be definitely a part of the reason. See, when you add a new account to your credit profile, and we're going to get into that as part of the topic of today's live stream too, also as well. As you can see, the topic is expert Q&A, question and answers. And when you are looking for an authorized user account, okay, so that kind of falls into the play of today's topic that we're going to discuss too as well. Because when you every time you add on a new account, James, what happens is you change the average age of your accounts, and that is graded in the FICO score, on the FICO scoring model. Okay, FICO 8 grades it. I'm not sure if FICO 9 does anything, but FICO 8 is more popular Well, I wouldn't say, yeah, it is more popular because more lenders use it than the FICO 9. So I'm just going to go by the FICO 8 right now. And based on the FICO 8 grades average age of accounts as part of the 15% of your score, which the 15% of your score is length of credit history. Okay, length of credit history is huge because length of credit history is, like I said, 15% of your score. But length of credit history, according to FICO, FICO.com also, length of credit history is broken down into 3 parts. Okay, and I'm going to go over that here in today's topic too, also as well. And one of the 3 parts is the average age of accounts. Okay, so I'm going to go over how FICO averages out your average age of account, how it's calculated. Okay, and do keep in mind that there are 5 parts of the credit scoring model from FICO that they use. One is 35% of your score, one is 30% of your score, one is 15% of your score, which is the length of credit history is 15%, and then another one is 10%, and another one is 10%. So the easiest way to remember that I do is I just say 35, 30, 15, 10, 10. Okay, and those cover all 5. Now, some of the 5 categories that FICO grades on are cross-pollinated. Okay, it involves cross-pollination of your credit grading. Okay, what I mean by cross-pollination is that some of the categories affect other categories too, also as well. Okay, like for example, you may have an old account. Maybe one of your accounts could be the oldest account, so it has a lot of payment history. But that old account might have high credit limit on it. Okay, and so the high credit limit lowers your credit utilization. So now credit utilization is affecting payment history. So they're cross-pollinated. Okay, so some of these are cross-pollinated, and also those 2 can affect also your length of credit history too, also as well. So those can all be cross-pollinated. Okay. So I'm going to get into all of that in full detail here in today's topic. And sorry if I missed some of these comments. What did you say, Janelle? Peter. Oh, okay. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to Cliff Peters. Cliff Peters, welcome back, buddy. And Cliff says good night. Yes, thank you so much for that, Cliff. Really appreciate you. And also, welcome back. A long time no see, buddy. Glad to have you back once again. And James Worley says there are no late payments. Okay, that's good. No late payments is a good thing because late payments, they can you can recover from a late payment, but one single late payment for one stays on your credit report. It can stay on your credit report for 7 years. Okay. The second thing about a late payment is you can lose, your credit score can go down up to 110 points for one single late payment. Also, it is so many, hurdles you got to jump through to correct that late payment. But you can recover it. Your credit score can recover, and it does take time for it to recover. Some say it can take 1 to 2 years to recover after a late payment. Of course, there is a shortcut to that too, also as well. And I'm also going to go through that and go over that in today's topic too, also as well. Janelle says that's why when you get new accounts, sometimes it will change, sometimes it will drop. So have new account added and it dropped. Oh, I think you're saying that you also had a new account added and it dropped.
The self-lender.
Oh yeah, the self-lender. She added the self-lender account and it dropped her credit score because it was added as a new account and it dropped her average age of accounts. So Um, that's also going to be included in today's topic too also as well. James says, my oldest card will be 1 year old next month. Oh, okay. Awesome. Awesome. So if your oldest card is going to be 1 year old next month, pretty much what I'm assuming without looking at your profile is that those new accounts that you added on may have dropped your average age of accounts is obviously not 1 year because you have other accounts on there that are younger than 1 year. All right. Janelle says, I believe your score will rise up next month. I'll keep my fingers crossed. Yeah, I believe your score will start to rise up next month. Also, I believe so. Also, because with on-time payments and low credit utilization, it will raise your score. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And if those new accounts have hard inquiries attached to them, like they did hard pulls to when you got those new accounts, then those each and every hard pull kind of drew your credit score down a little, depending on how many hard pulls they were. The Coin Alley says, okay, your history is new. All right. The Coin Alley says, it's time for the garden. I hear that, Coin Alley. Yeah, for me, right now, it's time for me to marinate my credit.
You said that.
Credit's marinating. I'm going to continue marinating for a while also as well. Um, Janelle says she agrees with the Coin Alley. It's time to marinate. That's what Janelle says. She's saying the same thing that I say. You can say marinate it, spend time in the garden, however you want to, however you want to say it. But it's just a matter of, the good advice is that if you already have a good credit mix, and you do not have a thin credit file, it may be a good idea to stop applying for new credit. Okay, and watch your credit score rise. Okay, and keep making your payments on time every month. Keep that credit card utilization as low as possible, um, and you can see your credit score rising. Okay. Janelle says, let's get that thumbs up button hit. And she got 5 thumbs up. Okay, thank you so much for that, Janelle. Yeah, guys, please hit the thumbs up button. It definitely helps the channel out, and it helps with the YouTube algorithms too, also as well. So definitely hit the thumbs up button, guys. Really appreciate that. Okay, so I'm gonna get into today's topic right now, and as our tradition is, uh, we still comments, we still answer comments, we still answer questions and everything, while the live stream or live chat, while the topic is being discussed, so that way we do get an opportunity to address every single comment, to answer every single question, at the same time while the topic is being discussed also. And I'm not sure if I did mention, I know I mentioned briefly, we started our new Patreon membership. You can support our channel by starting with a small $30 a month membership too also as well. So I believe I did mention that. I do want to say, everyone, please give a warm welcome to Curtis Page. It looks like we have a new name here in our live chat today. Welcome, Curtis Page. Everyone, please welcome him with open arms. And Curtis, thank you so much for joining us too also as well. You're always welcome here on this channel during our live streams. I hope you enjoy the content, and feel free to comment and question as much or as little as possible too also as well. And for those of you who are just watching and not commenting or asking questions or anything, that's okay also as well. I hope you absorb all of the information and all of the knowledge, and that you benefit from this information too also as well. I want to hear a lot more people, getting credit scores increases. In the last live streams, we've celebrated a lot of credit score increases too, also as well. And I want to ask that question too as well before we get into today's topic. Did anyone get a credit score increase? Well, besides me today, 3 points. Did anyone get a credit score increase today or this week? If you did, please mention it in the comments. We're happy to know because it does encourage us and it gives us a lot of motivation to also as well. So if you got a credit score increase recently, let us know in the comment. Let us know how much, and we'll be happy to comment on that. Janelle says hello and welcome to our live stream, Curtis Page. Yes, thank you so much for that, Janelle. Everyone, also please give a warm welcome to Juan Martinez. Juan Martinez, thank you so much, buddy, for joining us once again. Welcome back, buddy. Juan says, thumbs up, just hit it. Yeah, thank you so much for that, guys. Please remember to hit the thumbs up button. Juan says, drop my utilization down to 8%. Awesome job, Juan. And my Experian score went up 23 points. It was a nice surprise. Yes, you know what? It seems like I want to call this week Experian week because I've been seeing so many people on Facebook, in the Facebook credit groups, saying how their credit scores have went up, on Experian. And my Experian credit score got the highest boost out of all the 3 credit bureaus too, also as well. So it must be Experian week this week. So everyone, please say congratulations to Juan Martinez. He just increased his score up to 23 points. Again, everyone, please give a congratulations. Say congratulations to Juan Martinez for that wonderful 23-point increase. Great job, Juan. Keep up the good work, buddy. Everyone, please also give a warm welcome to Pink Lady Barber. Pink Lady Barber, how you doing? And welcome back to the live chat. It's always a pleasure to have you in here with us. And Pink Lady says hello, everyone. So everyone give a warm hello to Pink Lady Barber. Juan Martinez says hello and an applause. Thank you so much for sharing that, Juan. Also as well, right now we have 11 people here with us in the live stream. Thank you so much to all of you 11 people who have joined. I really appreciate you. Janelle appreciates you too also as well. And without further ado, I'm going to start today's topic. So if you're watching this on a replay and you miss the topic, not a problem. You can just, watch the video from the beginning if you like. Or you can catch it in the Facebook page, But I'm going to go ahead and start this up real quick. And by doing so, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. And then after we're done with the topic, I'm going to jump back on the camera with you guys too also as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And while I'm doing that, I hope you guys had a great day today, too, also as well. If you did anything exciting, let me know. Okay, and if you can see my screen clearly, please go ahead and type the number 1 inside of the comments. If you can see my screen clearly, go ahead and type the number 1 inside of the comments. Okay, Janelle Leone types number 1. Thank you so much for sharing that, Janelle. Really appreciate that. If you cannot see the screen clearly, also let me know inside of the comments. So that way I know, if it's something on my part that I need to fix or if that's just, the camera or something. So what you're seeing here on the screen, what'd you say, Janelle? Oh, okay. Curtis Page says, I am just starting my repair journey. Okay. I just received my first secured credit card. I'm hoping to see an increase in the next 3 months. That's awesome, Curtis. And so that's your first credit card. Um, okay, so that's a good way to start there, Curtis. With a secured credit card, it builds credit. You know, if it's reporting to all the three major credit bureaus, it's excellent. You know, and as long as uh, follow basic, credit principles about building credit and increasing your credit score, you should have no problem at all um, getting your credit score up and, you know, keeping it up too also as well. So I do have a lot of videos here on this channel, Curtis, that will help you with all of that information too also as well. There are playlists. I believe one of them is called If You Are New to Credit. And, First Step in Credit Repair is the name of another great video that you would like to watch too also as well. And you want to watch another video is called From 548 to 720 Credit Score. And that's a playlist. It's a series of 3 videos, part 1, a part 2, and a part 3 to that video too also as well. And that can give you a lot of pointers of how I got my credit score from 508 up to what it is now. You know, the highest is 746. Okay. And I've been building credit since October of 2018. So that should be a lot for you to soak in right there, Curtis. And welcome to the channel. Glad to have you. All right, so if you can see my screen, awesome. Curtis types number 1. Thank you for sharing that, Curtis. Right now we have 11 people with us here in the live chat, and welcome to all 11 of you too also as well. So I'm just going to go over briefly how credit bureaus grade credit scores. Okay, and as I just touched up on it, earlier, the easy way to remember this is by 35, 30, 15, 10, 10. Okay. 35% is the payment history right there. So you got to remember when you're paying your credit card payments on time every month, that helps develop and build a payment history for you. Okay. 30% is amounts owed. Okay. So that goes into credit card utilization, plays a huge role in this portion of your credit score, the 30%, because the amount that you owe, the balance that you have, um, it definitely determines that 30% of what your score is going to be. Okay, when they grade it. So ideally, my suggestion is to pay your credit card off in full. Okay, and don't carry a balance, because you don't want to get into the habit of paying interest every month. Okay, and when there are people with excellent credit scores, with 800 credit scores, and a lot of the people with the 800 credit scores, that from the research that I've done, their advice is to pay off your credit cards in full. Okay, and the lower the better. I mean, you could, but if you don't want to pay it off in full, and my suggestion to you is, do not go over 7%. Okay, I know there's a widely spread, I want to say rumor, but it's not a rumor, but information that people are saying don't go over 30%. Well, what I believe that they mean by don't go over 30% is that the 30% that's the line. Okay, that is the line. You don't want to cross the line, because if you cross the line, what can happen. Pretty much you can damage your credit score if you cross that 30% line right there. Okay, so that is like a sign that's up there that says do not pass or do not enter. You go in there or you pass that line, then you are subject to um, losing points on your credit score. Okay. So anywhere between 0 and 7% is recommended. The best for the highest boosting your credit score, 0%, paid off in full. Okay. Um, so that covers the amounts owed section, and 10% of your credit score is new credit, and that is when you're adding new accounts. And you get hard inquiries that's included in there too, also as well. So each hard inquiry, they ding your credit score a few points. Okay, so you want to try to stay away from hard inquiries. Okay, hard inquiries on credit cards differ from hard inquiries on car loans, mortgages. Okay, and there's reasons for that too, also as well. But that's going to be an entirely different video altogether. Okay, so you don't want to accumulate hard inquiries and stay away from hard inquiries as much as possible. A good way to do that is if you're working on developing a good foundation, for example, a credit mix, then maybe if you're if you're looking for an additional secured credit card, try a credit card that does not give a hard inquiry. Okay. Um, like for example, Open Sky secured credit card. Okay. Also, you can add an installment loan into your credit mix to build your credit mix. Okay. And an installment loan that does not give a hard inquiry, self lender, or credit strong. Uh, those installment loans also do not give a hard inquiry to also as well. So you see what I'm getting at here, guys? You're building credit, okay, but at the same time, you're not accumulating hard inquiries because that will affect your credit score for 1 year, okay, as far as will withhold points from your credit score, and also will stay on your credit report for 2 years, all right? So you're avoiding hard inquiries, but you're also building your credit too also as well. And it's, you get to a excellent credit score a lot faster by doing so because you're avoiding those points. Okay. Now the next category here is length of credit history. Now, like as I touched up on before earlier, length of credit history, according to Fico, is broken down into 3 parts. Okay, and one of the parts, average age of accounts, plays a huge role in this 15% of your credit score. Okay, so when you open up new accounts, this is what happens. If it has a hard inquiry, you get dinged for the hard inquiry, a few points. Okay. Then you get dinged again here in this length of credit history category because you lowered your average age of credit. Okay, so you want to keep that in mind. So the next category here is credit mix, like I touched up on briefly too also as well. And credit mix is 10% of your credit score. And that includes 5 types of credit. I'm going to get into those 5 types of credit inside of this video to also well in this topic. We are going to cover this too also as well. Pink Lady Barber says, I went to a wedding today. Okay, Pink Lady. Wow. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed the wedding. And that's totally awesome. It's good to know. I haven't been to a wedding in so many years. I believe the last wedding I went to was in Arizona, and that wedding was on a very hot day in the summer. Yeah, it was on a very hot day. I don't remember if I told you about it or not, but it was like a long time ago. I believe it was 2000 and I don't know, 2008 or so, maybe before then. But that's pretty much the last time I went to a wedding. I believe I went to about maybe 2 weddings in my entire life. Yeah. Yeah. And Janelle's looking at me like, wow, you only been to 2 weddings. Yeah,
Oh, you
well,
probably have one more.
it's not like people just approach me every day. Hey, would you like to go to a wedding? Or nothing like that. So I don't get these opportunities to go to weddings that often.
When are we gonna have ours?
Janelle. All
We
right.
invite all of our subscribers to our wedding.
Curtis Page says, "Wow, thanks. Yes, you're very welcome, Curtis, and also, um, definitely keep watching these videos. You're definitely gonna benefit a lot from this channel too, also as well." Pink Lady says it went well. Okay, so Janelle says, "Everyone, please hit the thumbs up button." Oh yes, thank you so much for that, Janelle. Everyone, hit the thumbs up button. Curtis Page says 2 thumbs up. Awesome, awesome. Janelle says, "What time you all have in your area or state?" Area in South Dakota, and it's 12:22 a.m. Yep, it's
Oh,
after
no, it
midnight
says
right now out
10:20
here.
a.m.
We're on Central Time. Yeah, you're right. A.m. It's a.m. Janelle. Cornally says it's 10:23 here. Okay, awesome,
I'm talking
awesome.
about $4.
Yeah, I know, Janelle. So basically, these are the five categories that the credit bureaus grade you on. Okay. So I just wanted to get that out of the way real quick. So now I'm also going to talk about here. This is also on the FICO, myfico.com website. Curtis Page says here he's in Little Rock, Arkansas. It's 12:24 a.m. So you're also on Central Time too, also as well. What'd you say, Janelle?
Must be nice in Arkansas.
Yeah, is it nice over there in Arkansas, Curtis?
I heard it.
So this what I have here on the screen goes over a little about some of the five categories. But for what I'm going to do here for this today's topic, since we're talking about, authorized users, and if you're looking for an authorized user, I'm going to give the best advice that I can give to you. Okay. Length of credit history. It accounts for 15% of your credit score. What they're saying here basically, uh, like I said before, the FICO, they take into account three. They break it down into three parts of that category. And Curtis says, yes, it's hot over there.
I know.
Janelle says she knows. I believe me, Curtis, I know hot because I lived in Arizona for like 13 years. So those summers out there
I've
are
been in
just like
Arizona all
being
my
in an
life.
oven. And Janelle's been in Arizona for all our life. So we both know about hot for sure. Coin Alley says, oops, PM, not AM.
That's
Haha.
what I thought.
Oh, okay, Coin Alley. So it's 10:23 PM over there. Okay, gotcha. So
You
you're
didn't.
probably on Pacific time, I think. That's what I'm assuming. So length of history is broken down into three parts. The first one is how long your credit accounts have been established, right? And that includes the age of your oldest account, the age of your newest account, and an average age of all your accounts. So they take into consideration the age of your oldest account, your newest account, and the average age of all of your accounts. And I'm going to get into how they calculate the average age of your accounts too also. So that's the first one. The second part is how long specific credit accounts have been established. Okay. Excuse me. And the third part is how long it has been since you used certain accounts. Okay. So these are all the three parts that make up the length of credit history, that 15%. Okay, now how these points are distributed, whether they're 5%, 5%, and 5% for each of these three parts, I don't know. And I'm not going to speculate on that either until I find concrete evidence to support that. Okay, so now we're going to go over here. Okay, The types of accounts that's considered for credit payment history. All right. Account types that are considered, right, for the payment history part, which is 35% of your credit score, are credit cards, which Visa, Mastercard, American Express, Discover Card, etc. Coin Alley says we've had triple digits here. Wow, it must be hot over there, Coin Alley. Yeah, we've had triple digits over here. We had a 108 one day, didn't we, Janelle? Yeah, 108.
Yesterday.
Well, yesterday, yeah. As a matter of fact, it was 108 yesterday.
Felt like 108.
It felt like maybe a little hotter than that, but I don't know. Maybe because I had my long sleeve, a thick shirt on, which I don't know why I wore such a thick shirt on that day. But okay.
But we got down in the 60s today.
Yeah, but today's in the 60s, so we got lucky today. We had a horrible rainstorm this morning, like a short tornado, and now we're down in the 60s, right? 60s. Yeah, so that's just awesome.
70.
Yeah. Okay, so then you have the retail accounts is the second type of credit that they include in payment history. That's what they consider for payment history. Okay, so if it's not here, guys, it's not considered for payment history. Retail accounts, which are credit from stores where you shop, like department store credit cards. Okay, there are a lot of them out there. Okay, Target, Walmart, Best Buy, those are some of the big ones. But there are other ones too that help people build credit who may have bad credit or are just starting out with no credit at all. And guys, if you're looking for some trade lines that are retail accounts, then you definitely want to check out my video that I made. Is called 90K in primary trade lines and AUs. Okay, that's also here on this channel too, also as well. So it's easy to find. I know we're making more and more live streams and videos. Right now, we're up to over almost 50 videos now. And we just started our YouTube channel in April 11th. So, but to make it simple to find these videos, guys, you can just go to the search bar on the home page on our YouTube channel and just type in the name of the video, 90K in primary trade lines and AUs. It should pop up right there for you. Okay. So an example of some good retail accounts that help to build credit are, say, My Jewelers, Hutton Chase, Ox Publishing. There's several of them, guys. There's a lot of them. I mean, just to name a few. New Coast Direct. And they all offer credit lines from anywhere from $300 all the way up to $5,000. Okay. And some of them that I do not recommend, and you want to stay away from, are these two for right now. You want to stay away from DSX Design. You also want to stay away from Credit One. Credit One is not a retail account, it's a credit card, but you want to stay away from Credit One. You want to stay away from, for right now, Omega's department store. And I'm not saying anything bad about Omega's department store because I don't know anything bad about them, but that's the problem. I don't know anything about them. Okay, I haven't heard anything about them. I haven't heard of anyone who has ever used Omega's department store. I'm not saying they haven't, but I haven't really, maybe we'll make that a project, We'll go and search for people who have used Omega's department store. We'll make that a special project, okay? But there are so many other retail accounts that you can get that are, great at building credit. My Jewelers, awesome at building credit. New Coast Direct, awesome at building credit. Huntington Chase, awesome. Ox Publishing, a lot of these online stores, however, uh, they have different requirements to get a membership there. Okay, so you just definitely want to read the terms and conditions. You want to read through the entire site thoroughly, get a full understanding of what you're paying, um, and what to expect, and then you should have no problem. Okay. Installment loans. That's the third type of account that's considered for payment for credit payment history. Okay. Installment loans, and that's goes back to what we talked about: the self lender, credit strong, um, you know, Navy Federal Credit Union pledge loan, the DCU credit builder loan, the Penn Fed credit builder loan. Um, there's so many credit builder loans out there, guys, and they're all fall under the installment loan um, category. Okay, so that goes under payment history. Finance company accounts. That's also you get credit for that towards your payment history too, also as well. And last but not least is mortgage loans. Okay, so these you all get credit for towards your payment history. Okay. So you want to keep that in mind. The best way to build a house, guys, is to what? Have a strong foundation, right? I mean, if you think about it, what's going to happen to that house that has a weak foundation? When the storm comes, the house may be destroyed, right? I mean, if it has like paper walls and real thin walls, a shaky foundation, pretty much the whole house is history. Okay. But if the house has a solid foundation built, strong walls, put some storm doors on there, put some storm windows on there, put a nice storm roof on there. The house is gonna withstand a lot of tornadoes. Maybe all types of storms. I don't know about an earthquake, but I don't know if they even build houses that can withstand earthquakes. If you guys know about that, let me know in the comments. If there are houses that can withstand an earthquake. What you say, Janelle?
Hurricane.
Hurricane. Yeah, there are houses. You can build a house that can withstand a hurricane. Yeah. It depends, if it's strong enough, if it's at that level, enough where it can, withstand it. I'm not an engineer, but I have heard of these things. So, okay, guys. So that's just a basic, right there, rundown of, payment history. And the reason why I wanted to touch on payment history and length of credit as we did just now, and not go into full detail on the other uh, categories that you're graded on by the credit bureaus, is because I want to touch up, because we talked about those categories so much, in the past. But these we haven't really discussed in full detail. So that's why I wanted to discuss it. And also, these play a huge role in the authorized user and making a decision on what type of authorized user should you look for. Okay. So now that we went over how credit bureaus grade credit scores, we want to talk about what type of authorized user do you need. Okay. So now, say you're thinking about getting an authorized user, because for one, authorized users do not give any hard inquiry. Okay, so you're not going to lose any points for hard inquiry. Curtis Page says, I added my 12-year-old daughter to the Capital One card that I got today, so to also start her credit foundation. That's awesome, Curtis. That was a good thing that you did for your daughter too, also as well. So that way you and your daughter can both build credit together. That's a great idea. And guys, um, that's a good thing to do, to especially if you have a lot of credit history, add your family members on, so that way they can also build credit too, also along with you. Okay. So what type of authorized user do you need? Okay. Now that would depend on your particular situation because every individual situation is different. Every credit profile may be different and not exactly the same. Okay, some credit profiles have collections like mine. Okay, I have one collection there. Um, some credit profiles have more. Okay, some credit profiles have late payments on them. Okay, some credit profiles have hard inquiries. I'm just mentioning all of these things that credit bureaus can use to take off points off of your credit score and keep your credit score down. Okay. Um, so basically, for a late payment, guys, late payments, it would take about 1 to 2 years of payment history to fully recover from a late payment. Okay. And late payments can drag your credit score down 110 points. You're very lucky if you get hit with less than 110 points because it could have been more. Okay, so but in the case of a late payment, um, all you would need to do uh, is get you an authorized user that will increase your average age of credit to be between 1 and 2 years, and that will offset a late payment on your credit report and bring back your points. And it may also increase your credit score further as well. Okay, and I'm going to go over how to do that too, also in just a second here. Janelle just gave me a piece of information here she found from the Points Guys website.
He added good.
And he says adding an authorized user card can help kids who have limited to no credit to start and build their credit file. Giving your children a credit card in their own name helps teach financial literacy while they are still living in your home, and you have the ability and tools to monitor their spending habits. There you go. Thanks for sharing that, Janelle. Appreciate that. Curtis says yes. Sorry, she is 16, but I added her as an authorized user. Okay. That's awesome. That's awesome, Curtis. And that's a great age for her to, excuse me, to start building credit. I wish I knew uh, back then what I know now about credit and building credit, because I probably would have been in a lot better situation, you know. But it is what it is. So basically, when you're looking for an AU, okay, don't just go out and just get a bunch of AUs. Get an AUs. Be strategic about it. Be a targeted AU seeker if that's what you are doing. To increase your credit score. Okay, be targeted about it. Be strategic about it. Okay, know what you're targeting. Okay, if you're targeting a late payment on your credit profile, then work on that. Focus on that. Okay. Um, if you're targeting a bankruptcy, focus on that. You know, whatever it is that you're trying to target, focus on that. Okay. Now, high credit, they are high credit limit authorized users, and normally the prices of those may differ than lower limit AUs, authorized users. And that's because, of course, you're getting more value in the form of a higher credit limit, added onto your credit report. And what happens with that is it can lower your overall credit utilization, which in turns will boost your credit score, will cause your credit score to rise up too also as well. Um, so if it's a matter of you're targeting, say, the balances or a high credit card utilization, and you have balances on there that you're having a hard time paying down because of maybe your financial situation or whatever the case is, then adding an authorized user with a high credit limit will definitely be a benefit to you. Okay. Now let's talk about an aged account authorized user. Right now, of course, like I went over, the late payment situation. If you have that on your credit report and you want to target authorized user that has age, lots of age on it. Okay, enough age to bring your average age of accounts between 1 and 2 years to add. In other words, you need to add on 1 to 2 years, not bring it up to that level. You'll have to add between 1 to 2 years of positive payment history, okay, to offset that late payment. Okay, then you should be okay. Um, Now, increasing your average age of accounts, we're gonna do a little exercise. So that way I can show you guys, that I found a simple method of doing that. Okay, so of course, if an authorized user is an aged account, it has good payment history. Okay, and that helps you out too, also as well. Juan Martina says, if you get an authorized user that is old, say 5 years, I know you get the age, but do you get the payment history as well? It goes on your credit report, and it shows up. You see every single month they made a payment. So yes, you do get the payment history. You get the payment history. You get the length of credit. You also get the credit limit. You get the utilization. You get all of those things from just one authorized user. Okay. So that really, that's why authorized user can increase your credit score by so much. Okay. Hope that answered your question, Juan. Uh, so basically, I'm going to go ahead and get into this simple little exercise here. I'm going to click over here to this tab. Hope you guys can see my screen clearly. And if you cannot, just let me know inside of the comments. This right here, what we're looking at is a AAOA calculator. Okay. And what AAOA stands for is average age. Okay. Basically, is an average age of accounts. Janelle Leone type number 1, and thank you for sharing that. Great. I'm glad she can see the screen clearly. All right. So awesome. Awesome. Okay. So Janelle, looks like you have a comment there to answer to from Curtis Page. All right. So first, let's get into what is AAOA. AAOA is an acronym for Average Age of Accounts. It is a measure of how long you have managed credit. Your average age of accounts is responsible for up to 30% of your FICO score and other similar credit scores. Okay. You notice it said for up to. Okay. And I believe the reason why they said up to is because this particular portion of the length of credit history is kind of cross-pollinated and affects other categories on which the credit bureaus grade your credit score on to also as well. Okay. Now, how is AAOA calculated? AAOA is calculated by totaling the monthly ages of all the accounts in your credit file, including closed accounts, but excluding any collection accounts and judgments, and then dividing this sum by the number of accounts. So basically, to keep it simple, guys, what I've been telling you guys all along, okay, is that what they do is they, they add your age of your first account, and age of your second account, age of your third account, age of your fourth account, and so on and so on and so on. Okay. And they add all of those ages up in the form of months and the number of months. And then they divide that total age number by the total number of your accounts. So if you have 17 accounts, then it's that total age of accounts divided by 17. If you have 10 accounts, then it's that total number divided by 10. Okay. And so on and so on. Okay. So this is how you would use this calculator right here. And to find this calculator, guys, you can find that on right here, AAOA-calculator.org. Okay. That's the link there at the top. Okay. So if any of you guys need to use this, definitely this is valuable when you're going authorized user shopping. Okay. I'm going to repeat that. This is valuable when you're going authorized user shopping. Okay. Why is that? Because one of the purposes of getting an authorized user is to increase your average age of accounts, which in turn increases your credit score. Okay. You get credit for that 15% of your credit score. Okay. Which was what? Length of credit history. Okay. So what you can do here, let's say what it says here basically is here's the instructions. It says for each account in your credit report, including closed accounts, but excluding collections and judgments, enter the month and year the account was opened. So this is pretty simple, guys. Okay. What you can do is just enter in the month and the year that the account was open. Okay, let's just say account one is say Capital One secured credit card. All right. Say it was open in January. We'll put in January. Let me see if I have to add a dash or not. What are we in 2019? So January 2019. Okay. And then, so you have a Discover card you opened in February this year also as well. Oh, I know February, my bad. February is 02, 2019. Okay. And then, hold on. I made a mistake. I hit the enter button thinking that it would just enter in right away. But okay, the first one was what? January 2019. Okay. Gotta use the tab button for this one. The second one was February 2019. Let's say that one is your Capital One, right? Okay. And we'll just say your third one was a Discover It secured credit card. You opened in March 2019. Fifth one, say is Open Sky. Okay, Open Sky credit card. You opened that in April 2019. Okay, let's see a fifth credit card. Amazon. All right, Janelle says Amazon. Okay, let's say the Amazon secured credit builder card, and you got it before they stop offering it. Okay, so you're one of the few lucky people who has an Amazon secured builder credit card. Who got it in time before they stopped the offer. Okay, so you opened that in May 2019. Okay. So just to keep it simple, we're just gonna start with these 5 accounts here. Now we'll calculate the AOA. Let's see what the average age of credit is with that. It's 1 year. The average age of credit is 1 year. Okay. Okay, so this pretty much makes it pretty simple for you. You could do it, with other. You could do it with real credit cards. Like that you have that you're building credit with, or you've been building credit with for a while, and you can find your average age of a credit, your average age of credit here. Okay, so let's just say in this instance, okay, let's put this back in the same way we had it here. Okay, remember what it was, the average age of credit. You remember, Janelle? It was 1 year, right? That we found. Okay. So guys, remember that was 1 year average age of credit. Okay, I'm just gonna put the numbers in back again the same way I put them in. First one was January 2019. The second one was February 2019. The third one was March 2019. Fourth one was April 2019. Fifth one was May 2019. Okay, is that all correct, guys? Is that the way I entered it before? If not, if I'm missing something, please let me know inside of the comments, okay? Curtis Page says, thank you. You're very welcome, Curtis. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is we're going to figure in, a factor in, I should say. Say you want to know what type of AU you need um, to offset a late payment. Let's just target a late payment right now. Why don't we do that? Okay. You have a late payment on your credit score. Your credit score is 500 and say 90 something, whatever it is. Okay. You lost 110 points on your credit score by having this late payment, and that's why your credit score is 590. And no matter what you do, it's so difficult. It's very hard for you to increase your credit score right now. Okay, let's deal with that. And you don't want to wait 1 year or 2 years to make positive payments, on time payments, to have your credit score go back up to where you need it to be. Right? So here's what we do. Okay. You need 1 or 2 years average age. So let's see what type of AU you need. So let's just add one more account to this here. Okay. Okay. So let's just say the other account we're gonna add here is, let's see, say this one is a 5 year authorized user. Okay, so where are we at? We're in July, so we are 0719. So let's just say 06, 7 years back would be 2012, right? Try that, 2012. Now that's a 7 year authorized user there, right? Okay, remember that. That's account 6. So account 6 is our authorized user, a 7 year. I'm just gonna make a note here on a piece of paper so I'm keeping track of all of this. Okay, account 6 is 7 year. You got it, Janelle? Okay, great. Thank you so much, Janelle. That's our 7 year authorized user, account 6. And say that account is a Citibank, a Citi card. Okay, it's the Citi double cash card that your buddy, your friend added you on. Is talking to you about this card and trying to help you out. He knows your situation, knows about your late payment on your credit report and everything, and offered to help you out. And you said, well, Jim, I'll think about it. This guy Lyndon has a YouTube channel, and he's talking about, I should be more strategic and targeted when I'm looking for authorized users. So I have a late payment, so I need a really good authorized user to help me out with this late payment. Okay. So now you go here. Let's calculate the AAOA here and see what happens. Okay, so something is wrong here with this, huh? Okay, it seemed like it didn't add up right. We'll put this in again. Let's try this one more time. 2019. 3, 4, 2019. Okay. 2019. Now this is supposed to, let's take out one of these here. And let's see, maybe it's because it wants 5 accounts at a time. Let's see if that's the issue. First, let's calculate the AAOA from these 4 accounts. So coming up with 1 year. Okay. This is weird, ain't you know? I was coming up with 1 year. Okay, well. Or maybe it's just maybe 1 year and a few months, but it's just like not giving you the months, just the year. Yeah, let me try putting it right here, putting the AU here as account number 5 instead of number 6. Let's see what happens. That's supposed to be a 7-year, right? So that was 06, 20, 12. That's 7 years. Okay, let's hit calculate. 1 year still. My goodness. How is that coming out 1 year still? I'm going to have to add this up because it seems like this is not even working right. This keeps coming up.
Something wrong.
Am I doing something wrong?
I don't know. I'll tell.
Okay, guys. If I'm doing something wrong, let me know in the comments, guys, please.
Start over.
Yeah, I am. I'm starting over right now. 2019. 4.
I can't read that.
2019. There's 2 digits for month, 4 digits for year. And the last one was supposed to be June. Let's try something else. Let's see 2000. And now if it still comes up as saying 1 year, then you know this is not accurate. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, let's try to reset the form and see if that solved the issue. So I clicked on reset the form. The last one was 06, 2000. I changed it to 2000 instead of 2002. So that's now is a 9-year AU. So if this thing comes up as 1 year average age of credit, it's wrong. Because that's not the average for that. Let's hit calculate. It's lastly updated. It says here July 10th, 2019. Okay. Enter the month and year the account was open. Okay, I have entered that. I believe I followed the directions correctly. Try again. Don't say, okay, now it's correct. So that's what I did wrong, guys. I did not hit the reset button. That button there that's on the right at the bottom, I didn't hit the reset button. So now the average age is 4 years. So although you added on a 9-year authorized user, okay, what you actually got for your average age of accounts is 4 years. So you added basically, so you started in January according to this simulation here of this year. So which means, let's see, we're in July. So you had credit average credit history of 6 months or 7 months, and now you added about 3 years and 5 months on. So you've offset the late payment. Okay. So a 9 year authorized user would replace the amount of points that you lost off of your credit score, your credit score, by having the late payment on your credit report. And also, it would also boost your credit score a few extra points over that, also as well. So if you had a credit score of, say, 600, no, 700. Let's say your credit score was 700. You got a late payment on there, one late payment, and now your credit score is 590. Then you need, if you get a 9 year authorized user, then your credit score will not only go back up to 700, but you will also get a few more additional points added on. Okay. All right. So it's kind of like the late payment sets you going backwards, right? And then you return to where you left off at, and now you're moving forward again. Okay. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to Spence Eccles. Spence Eccles, welcome back again, buddy. Appreciate you, in all these live streams with us. You really add a lot of value to the group. Thank you so much for joining once again, Spence. Spence says, hello, everyone. I'm about an hour late. That's okay, Spence. You're right. You know what? You're right, Pink Lady Barber. See here what we from 2000 to now is 19 years, isn't it? Okay. Let's see. Is something wrong with this calculator or what? I just thought of that. Let's put in these numbers again. Actually, we're going to reset form, because that seemed to do something when we click on reset.
Pink Lady Barber said 2000 till now is 19 years.
We're going to put in these numbers, see what's the deal with this calculator, because if it's really not functioning right, then I'm just going to send an email or something to the administrator of this site just to let them know that, hey, your website's not working. Okay, 06, 2000. Yes, 2000 is 19 years. That's quite a long way from now. Let's see, and please don't say 4 years again. Let's calculate it. Saying 4 years again. Isn't that strange? How do you get an average of accounts of 4 years from one 19-year authorized user? That doesn't make any sense.
Third page that the calculations are correct.
Oh, Curtis Page says the calculations are correct. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't double check that on my paper yet. Actually, I do have pad and paper here. I want to, because I understand what you're saying, Curtis. It just seems so off, with because that 19 years is a big number.
Authorized users calculate the total month ages and then divided that by the number of accounts.
Oh, okay.
Remember, we were just talking about that the other day.
Right. We were just talking about that the other day.
Video.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it is correct, Curtis. So anyone else feels that the calculations are correct? Let me know inside of the comments. If you feel that the calculations are incorrect, also let me know inside of the
Pink
comments.
Lady Barbara said those 2019 counts don't have any years on them.
Good
Good point.
good point, Pink Lady Barber. Good point. So
That's why you need to do like 2018 or back.
okay, so let's do another one.
One more.
Okay, let's do one more here because those accounts don't have any years on them.
Because we're in 2019 right now. We're
Right,
not a whole year.
right. You're absolutely right. And the months that they do have are really not many months. Like 1 year is 12 months, and like 4 years would be 48, right? And then 10 years would be like 120 months. So let's do something else. We'll just use the same credit card scenario that we used
But don't
before.
use 2019.
We won't use 2019. We'll just use, let's see, let's start January again.
2018 or 17.
20, let's go 2018. Okay, now let's do February
That's why you keep getting the 4 years because you were doing too much.
2017. Let's go March 2017. Let's go April 20. Is it 2016? All right, let's do that one. Okay, let's see what happens there. What's the average age of accounts? The average age of accounts on that was 2 years. Okay, between those four, between those four credit cards. Okay, before those four, between those four credit cards, the average is 2 years. Okay. Now what we're gonna do here is we'll calculate it again. Let's use the same authorized user that we use, the 2000 um, authorized user. It was opened in 2000 June, I believe that was 06. We'll add that on. Let's reset the form, make sure everything's working right here. Okay. We'll add our four credit cards on there. Okay, we started 2018. Trying to remember as I go along. Yeah, 02. In 2017, March 2017. And then the last one was April 2016, right, babe? Yeah, I think it was.
18 to 16. Why don't you do 15 and then 14?
No, I'm trying to do the same one we did before. So that way we can add on the average user and see if there was the authorized user and see how much the difference would be.
Do the last one.
I need the first one. I believe it was 2016. All right, I just put that one. The last one we're gonna use the same 19-year. Oh, you want to use a different one?
Use the last.
The authorized user. We need an authorized user for the fifth one.
Okay, do like 20. No, one. Wait. What were we at? 2019.
No, okay. Hold on. I got one. Let's just use, 2000 because this scenario we're doing here is someone with a late payment on their credit score, on the credit report. They need to add 1 to 2 years of positive payment history in order to get their credit score back and get some extra points. Okay. So let's do the 2001 to June. Okay, June 2000. Let's do that one. All right, here we go. Curtis Page says thumbs up. Thank you so much for that, Curtis. Really appreciate it. Thanks for sharing. Pink Lady gives the smiley face. Thank you so much for that, Pink Lady. And thank you, Janelle, for sharing.
Joshua.
Oh, Joshua, everyone, please welcome back. Oh, this is a new person here. Well, welcome, Joshua Alviar. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to Joshua Alviar. I appreciate you joining us tonight. And want you to know you're very welcome. You're always welcome here in our live chats. Thank you for joining, Joshua. Joshua says the website says it accounts for up to 30% of your credit score, which is not correct. Length of credit history is only 15% of the FICO. Yeah, Joshua, that's what I kind of was concerned about. That's what I mentioned earlier when we first
Yeah, that's true.
pulled this up, when we first discovered it, uh, that it did say it's responsible for up to 30%. Like, how can it go that far, all the way up to 30%? Okay. Like, just like you said, the length to history is only 15%. Well, the only way I could see how this can even, I don't see how, I mean, unless they're talking about like cross pollination between categories where average age of accounts affects, other categories too, also as well, you know, as payment history, utilization, because an account can have all of those things in it. So I don't know if they're talking about it can pull a small percentage from each category and cross pollinate that way, and be responsible for up to 30% of your FICO score. I don't know if that's how they're using it or what type of calculations they're using to arrive at that up to 30%. Because what they're saying by up to 30%, they're saying basically that it can be responsible for 20%, it can be responsible for 25, it can be responsible for 19%, anything that's over 15%, up to that 30. So that's a good question. Great question. Good comment there, Joshua. Thank you for noticing that. And actually, because that was mentioned twice here tonight, I will indeed be writing an email to the administrator of the site, asking that person that question: how can they account for up to 30% of a person's FICO score just from average age of accounts, which is one third of the full length of credit category of a FICO score? So, great comment there, Joshua. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, so what I've done here was added on the four credit cards. Okay, and if I have added them on incorrectly and maybe I didn't add them on as I had identical to the ones that I previously did in the last calculation, please let me know inside of the comments. That way I can fix it here so we don't get any off calculation when we do uh, add on this authorized user here, which was opened in June 2000, which is a 19-year authorized user that we're adding on here. Okay, so each one of these accounts, as you can see, they have uh, some type of history to them. They have some years on them, you know, from 1 year up to 19 years. Okay, so let's calculate that. I'm going to click the calculate button. So now it's saying your AAOA is 5 years. So if anyone thinks the calculation is incorrect, please let me know by typing the number 2 inside of the comments. If you believe the calculations are incorrect by any means, please type the number 2 inside of the comments. If you believe that the calculation is correct, can type the number 1 inside of the comments. Again, if you believe the calculation is correct, type the number 1 inside of the comments. All right. So now we have an average age of 5 years. Okay. So do any of the question for all of you guys? Do you guys remember what the last average age of credit was before we added on the authorized user? Curtis Page says number one. Okay, so Curtis is saying that the calculation is correct. Thank you so much for sharing that, Curtis. Okay, so if anyone
No.
else believes that this incorrect or correct, let me know in the comments. Okay.
They paid for quite a bit too, so if no.
hmm Okay, so Curtis says 2 years. Thank you so much for that, Curtis. So I just, asking you guys questions to keep you guys involved too, also as well. So that way we're all on the same page. So Curtis says 2 years. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Curtis. So basically, this person in this simulation would have added an additional 3 years of average age of credit to their average age of credit. Okay. I know it might sound a little confusing, but I hope that makes sense. All right. So they have, offset a late payment. Okay, which they would have needed between 1 to 2 years of positive payment history. Now, of course, we're assuming that this 19-year authorized user that was opened in June 2000 has positive payment history, no late payments, a low utilization. All the goodies that come with a quality authorized user, um, or credit card, I should say. Okay. So this right here pretty much took care of it. So now you may say, okay, Lyndon, but I want an 800 credit score. Okay. Okay, great. That's awesome. That's a great goal. Okay, so you want an 800 credit score? All right. And you might say, okay, Lyndon, well, I heard that to get an 800 credit score, you need at least 7 years of positive payment history. I know I'm just making this up, guy. But I have actually heard that. I have actually heard people say that you need 7 years to get an 800 credit score. But what they basically they're not taking into account that you know how you can get it sooner than that. Because I've heard of people getting it in 8 months. You know, getting it in 1 year. You know, different times, but not 7 years. Um, but a lot of people have. So it all depends. Um, so basically, you can even use this tool to calculate that. Say if you believe it takes 7 years to get an 800 credit score, then okay, follow your belief. Use this calculator right here, and basically, you would enter in. Let me pull this calculator up again. Just enter in all your credit cards in here. If you need more to add in more, just click this link right here to add on more accounts. And the last account, to make it simple, I would just add, the hypothetical authorized user in there. Okay. And you can play around with the opening date of the accounts. So that way you can get the number that you want. Okay. If you need to add on 7 years, then, keep making this column here, this row here, or the last row, the last account, um, as old as you need it to be to make that a 7 year simulation, to give you that 7 year um, credit history. Okay.
Got a question.
Curtis has a question. There are a lot of people that are selling AU spots on their credit cards. Yes, there are. Do you feel it's worth the 15% increase? Um,
It depends.
well, it does work. Oh, okay, work to
Work to
15%
50%.
increase. Do you mean, are you asking, do you think it's worth it? Is that what you're asking?
Work to
Or
15%
is it a
increase.
lot of hard work to to get there?
Maybe he mentioned it.
Oh,
Yeah,
worth
worth.
okay, you're saying is it worth it? Yes, it is worth it because you're not only getting uh, that 15% of your credit score, you're also getting other benefits too, also as well. Okay, for example, let's go back here to this little pie chart that we had up in the beginning of the topic. Okay,
Ya que tú me
this
mandaste.
category here is payment history, and this is the largest category. This accounts for 35% of your credit score. Okay, so let's say, for example, that 19-year authorized user, the example that we did, um, that has a lot of payment history on it. That has a lot of payment history. Okay, 19 years. I mean, not even count how many months of on-time payment, how many payments. That's a lot of payments. Okay, 19 times 12. Okay, plus maybe give or take one additional month because that was June 2000. Okay, so you're getting 35% also added, right? And you're getting here out of this 15%, you're getting points on the 15%, which is the length of credit history, which the average age of accounts falls into this category is, 1/3 of this, but it impacts this huge. Okay. And then it's not going to affect this category, the new credit 10% category. So you're not going to lose any points for opening a new account unless the authorized user is a new account. Okay. If it's a new credit card, you know, even if it has a $10,000 limit, but the owner of the credit card just opened the credit card, say July 1st, of this year, and that's considered new credit right here. You will, it's possibility you could lose points on your credit score for that because it's a new account. Your credit score can possibly go down, okay, because in this section here, you've lowered your average age of accounts. So you're getting hit with this in this 15% category. So you're getting hit hard, a little harder than up here. Like, say, if it was a new account and it was just a hard inquiry, the guy that just opened the credit card, he got hit with the hard inquiry. So he got hit right here. You got hit right here. You got hit a little harder, because your average age of account went down. Okay. Juan Martinez says, I need an AU with age. Yes, definitely. That's what you need. You need an AU with age.
Keep going.
Janelle, the same with me.
Curtis.
Curtis
Mine is
says, sorry,
Curtis and Juan.
typo. Yeah, okay, not a problem, Curtis. I
We
got
all
that. I
do.
got that already. We figured it out. He said,
I
worth
know.
it.
We all
Okay.
do.
Okay. So it is worth it because you're not only getting credit here on this 15% link to credit history there, Curtis. You're also, like I said, you're getting the payment history, all of the payment history from that authorized user, all of it, all the way back to 2000, year 2000, June 2000, right here.
What
Okay.
happened if you click that?
And then you're getting 30% right here. You're getting a big chunk right here because, like I said, say if it depends on that credit limit. We didn't say how high the credit limit was on a 19-year authorized user, but just say it was $10,000. Okay, that's a pretty decent credit limit. So you're getting that 10,000 added onto your credit report as if it was your account. Okay, as if you had a credit card that was 19 years old, had a $10,000 credit limit. Okay, it's all going to report and it's all going to show up on your credit score, just like that. But it may say authorized user there. Okay. All right. Just keep that in mind.
What happened if you on that thing with your 10%. Okay.
Now this one here, 10%. Janelle, this you already know this one. This is credit mix. Um, this the credit mix because this was a credit card. Yeah, you're getting a very small amount here because it's a credit card.
I know, but
Okay.
what if you click there on that once?
Oh, that's to share the image. You don't want to share the image. Okay. We don't want to share that. Right.
Okay.
Not right now. Anyways. So basically, you're getting points from all these different areas. So that's why a 19-year authorized user is huge. That's gonna like skyrocket your credit score because I added on a let's see what was it I added on two authorized users. Actually, someone else added me as an authorized user to two of their credit cards. Okay, just recently, and I'm just using this because I was able to track this really great, and it gave me a huge boost in my credit score too, also as well because at the time, for all of you guys who most of you guys know me, okay, from watching my videos for a long time. I started building credit in October, so I don't even have one full year of building credit yet. But yet, still, I have an average age of credit of almost 1 year and 4 months. Okay, I have what is it, 19? No, 21. I believe it's 21 accounts I have right now. Yeah, on my credit report. Janelle looked at me like I was talking Chinese or something. um, So that's why my average age of credit is 1 year and 3 months. Now, technically, it's supposed to be 8 months. Let's see, from October. It's supposed to be 8 months because we can't count July because credit reporting.
It is
Um,
8 months.
right now we're reporting for the month of June right now. Okay, so it is about 8 months, I believe. 8 months, 8.5. I don't know. So I've added 7, almost 8 months of history to my profile, to where my average age of credit now is one. It's almost 1 year and 4 months. So it's about 1 year, 3 months, and I don't know how many weeks or whatever.
Me? I mean,
Yeah.
mhm.
So yeah, Janelle's is only 3 months. So because we just started working with her in April. Yeah, April.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
So basically, that's how the average age of credit thing works. You know, and a lot of that is I added some authorized users that have a lot of well, I wouldn't say a lot, but they have good uh, history to them. Okay, good age, I should say. One of them has 5 years. One of them has 3 years. One of them has 2 years. Okay, now the rest of them, I don't know if I want to mention them. Oh yes, another one has 2 years also as well. It got closed down, um, but it's still on my credit report, and it probably may be on my credit report for another 10 years, possibly. Now I'll be very surprised if it's taken off there for whatever reason, but because it's positive payment history, should stay on there for 10 years. Okay. Um, so that right there, that's some tips on how to look for an authorized user. So basically, just to summarize, guys, you want to look for an authorized user that adds average age of credit to your average age of credit. One. For two, it accomplishes or it fixes a problem that you may have on your credit report, whether that's a late payment, compensates for a late payment, compensates for collections, uh,
Bankruptcy.
compensates for bankruptcy. whatever the situation is. Okay. So you want to be targeted when looking for authorized users. Okay. Because you don't really want to add on an authorized user if it's like a new account. And, of course, it may lower your credit utilization. But what if you don't have a credit utilization already? What if your credit utilization is already low? Okay. And by you adding this on, it has a high limit, but it's not doing anything for your credit utilization because your credit utilization is already zero. And I don't know if it can go any lower than zero, maybe negative 20 or negative 100. I don't know. I don't know if they even calculate that low on the FICO, you know. But it will help you if you have high utilization or if you want to spend more money. But just keep this in mind, okay? When using credit cards, you want to use it just like you use your debit card, right? All right, we
Okay.
covered that in past videos. When you use it just like you use your debit card. If you don't have the money in the bank, you don't spend it. Okay, you don't. And you spend the credit cards the same way like you would use your debit card in the store. Okay, I have that money in the bank. I'm going to pay for it. Like some people say, you can buy it 3 or 4 times, right? Okay, so that's how you already know you want to use it. All right. Juan Martinez says Dwayne doesn't have any with age. I checked with him. Do you know anyone else? Yes, I do, Juan. And you could definitely get back with me. Shoot me an email and let me type my email address here so that way you have it. Okay. There you go. Just put my email up there. Pink Lady Barber says, "Hey guys, I'm at the point where I can't stay awake. I know it's getting late, Pink Lady. Sorry to keep you up so late here. I'm about to wrap up this live stream pretty soon because we already came to the end of the topic. So just, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. And you have any more comments?
One.
Feel free to ask. Yeah, I got that one. I got it. I got ones already. Janelle says, "Good night, Pink Lady Barber. Sweet dreams. Thank you for being on here. Love you." Juan says, "Cool. Thanks." Okay. Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem at all, Juan. Um, so, guys, as usual, as our tradition, we're going to go ahead and recognize everyone who has shared, commented, asked questions here in tonight's live chat. And first and foremost, I want to say a special thank you to the Coin Alley. Coin Alley, thank you so much for joining us once again. I really appreciate you. Special thank you to James Worley. Welcome back again. Thank you for joining us. Special thank you to Cliff Peters. Cliff Peters, thank you so much for joining us once again.
You want to put your face back on?
Oh yeah, let me get back on the camera. Thank you for reminding me, Janelle. I'll get back here on the camera with you guys real quick. Okay. Also want to say a special thank you to Cliff Peters. Cliff Peters, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's truly a pleasure. Special thank you to Juan Martinez. Juan Martinez, thank you so much for joining us once again. Really appreciate you. Also, special thank you to Pink Lady Barber. Sorry for keeping you up so late. I hope you have a great rest tonight and a great Sunday. And I hope you you know enjoyed that wedding. Special thank you to Joshua Alviar, too, also as well. Thank you so much for sharing, Joshua Alviar. Hope I pronounced that right. And also, we have two new people in our live chat tonight, Curtis Page and Joshua Alviar, too, also as well. Thank you so much for joining. Hope to see you in many more live streams to come, too, also as well. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Okay. And I believe we did have a credit score increase, didn't we, Janelle? Didn't we have a credit score increase tonight? Yes. Juan Martinez, we have one credit score increase tonight. Actually, two of them. I got 3 points on my Transunion. Also, Juan Martinez got a 23-point increase on his Experian score today. So, everyone, if you haven't yet, please say congratulations to Juan Martinez. Great job, Juan. Great job to me, too, also for the 3 points. And thank you so much, guys, for joining us tonight in the live stream and, going
Your
over
page is
with
fighting.
the topic here tonight. What'd you say, Janelle?
Subscribe. Remind them all, new people, to subscribe.
Oh yeah. Also, Janelle wanted to remind all the new people that if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And when you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications, and make sure that you select all notifications. That way, you will never miss a single video here on this channel. Hit the thumbs up button; it helps out the channel and helps out with the YouTube algorithms too, also as well. Also, share this video everywhere on your Facebook, on your LinkedIn, Pinterest, Twitter, and all of your social media networks with all of your family and your friends too, also as well. And all the links to contact me can be found in the bottom of the description. And the bottom, not the bottom of the description. Sorry about that, guys. In the bottom of the about section of this channel too, also as well. On in the about section, you can also follow me on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn, all the social media networks there too, also as well. You can like our Facebook page, How to Get an 800 Credit Score. Join our Facebook group, How to Get Excellent Credit, our wonderful credit building community, our Facebook credit group. Share as much as you like or as little as you like to, also as well. And join our Patreon. You can join our Patreon, support our channel for as little as $30 a month. It really helps us to make better videos too, also as well, and bring more quality information like this to you and better information too, also as well. So again, I want to thank you guys for joining. From me and Janelle, hope you guys have a great night, sweet dreams. Have a wonderful Saturday night if you're planning on going out or doing something for the rest of the night. And also, we may possibly see you guys again tomorrow. We want to try to do some more live streams and videos with you guys tomorrow too, also as well. Take advantage of my Sunday off from work. And thank you for joining us. Stay blessed. And I'm out. See you guys in the next video.